Hey YouTubers, Grimmy here, and this is the video review for the Transformers Generations Legends class, Starscream and Waspinator, along with Acid Storm and Venom. Now, the Legends class line from 2014 has actually been pretty good. Really, it started late 2013, but you know what I mean. And I really do like all the mini-bots that it has produced. But along with the mini-bots, it has also created smaller versions of popular characters like Megatron, Starscream, and Optimus Prime. These, while they look good, don't fit as well for me because I prefer the deluxe scale for these, deluxe and Voyager scale for these characters. But anyway, why don't we just take a look and see how these two jets are looking. So, we have both Starscream and Acid Storm in their jet modes. Reason I'm reviewing them both is because I'm not all too keen on reviewing repaints one after another because I run out of things to say real quick. And especially since in this case the only real difference is the decos. The mold's exactly the same, but there are some other differences just besides the look, so we'll get into that as we go. Anyway, as you can see, they are both jets that are very reminiscent of the G1 versions of the Seekers. Starscream in particular looks like a very updated version of the F-15 that he used to be. Like a combination of the F-15 and the F-22 that the movie Starscream was. Which is actually really well done. The jet is very slim, sleek, and has a very nice aerodynamic feel to it. Although, like most jet formers, you put it on the bottom and you can see where all the robot is. But aside from that, the look is pretty good. Now, Starscream is his classic G1 colors, the gray, red, and blues, and it's actually painted fairly well. So you got some really nice Decepticon symbols on the wings. He has his null ray cannons that fit right onto the sides of the wing, like under the wings, so it looks like jet-mounted, or wing-mounted guns, which is good, and he has landing gear, although that does not roll. Acid Storm has all the features, but he is done in purples, greens, silvers, and blacks. And he's got a bit of a nice neon green to him. Which is very similar to his Masterpiece figure. Now, aside from that, the tail fins and boosters are actually made of boosters and the nose cone are made of a softer plastic than what's made on Starscream. This will come into play later, but for now, it's just helpful to for safety standards. I get it, but it doesn't really make much of a difference. Now onto the minifigures, or the Micromasters, or whatever you want to call them. You got first Waspinator, who came with Starscream, fittingly enough, given that these two were actually these two characters were actually together in an episode, as Starscream, in his ghostly form, possessed Waspinator in an episode of Beast Wars aptly named Possession. And, you know, it's a very simple figure. Transformation is quite easy. Just flip him up and flip down the wasp head. And the robot mode doesn't look bad, but isn't really all that great either. It's unfortunate, but this is the weakest mold of the Legends class Micromasters. And that is actually further established in the weapon mode, which is pretty much this. Where the back end extends a bit to reveal a cannon. And the stinger inverts to reveal a handle. Not much else to it. The wings do squeeze together. And, it's honestly a very weak weapon. And given that Starscream and Acid Storm have their null rays, they don't even need it. Still, it's a nice novelty. Venom is actually done worse. The main reason is the soft plastic that now makes up his wings and the and parts of the assembly for his gun mode. That softer plastic makes it impossible to get it to transform properly into its gun mode. So not only does the weapon mode look bad, it doesn't work for Venom. This was a bad choice to use soft plastic for this guy. But aside from that, he's a purple bee with green eyes and, black legs. But yeah, sadly these are the worst Micromasters, and Venom is the worst of them all because of the soft plastic that was used for him. That's unfortunate, but that's the way it goes. So we'll get these two out of the way, and we'll get some Starscream and Acid Storm into their robot modes. And now we have Starscream and Acid Storm in their robot modes. And they do look really good. I mean, they are well done, updated versions of their G1 selves. I mean, there is definitely a lot of homaging into the G1 days on these guys. Taking a look at how the main body is, I mean, you can definitely see the cockpit chest. They got the vents on the sides of the head. I mean, they got all the essentials there, even the null ray cannons on the arms. Just good. Yeah, I mean, all in all, these really do look like nice Seekers. I really like them both, and I do hope that we get a whole set of Thundercracker and Skywarp, Acid, Sunstorm, the yellow guy, or the blue guy, like a whole army of Seekers. I don't expect to see a Thrust, Dirge, or Ramjet, even though, they probably could pull it off, just by redoing that wing piece. So that might be nice to see. But anyway, articulation. It's pretty standard with the Legends figures. No head articulation, but you've got ball-jointed shoulders, ball-jointed elbows, ball-jointed hips, no waist, hinged knees, and some toe movement. But yeah, pretty basic stuff. And it would be the same on either Starscream or Acid Storm. And the weapons are obvious, the null ray cannons, which can just be pulled off with ease. And they plug in right into the shoulders, or you can have them hold them in their hands. So you can have them wield them like regular guns if you like. Not bad. I prefer to keep them on the arms. Another nice thing though, since they use the two different connections, you can even fit these in your Micromaster figures' hands. I probably shouldn't pick Venom for this, but as you can see, he can hold the gun just fine, even though it looks massively oversized in his hand. But yeah, I mean, all in all, these are really well done. And for, I guess for a comparison, we'll bring in Classic or Universe 2.0 Acid Storm and Universe 2.0 Starscream. It really does bring home the point that these guys are really good homages of their G1 selves, because the classics, well, as old as the mold is and as tired as everyone is of the mold, it really did nail the G1 characters. So yeah, this one does a good job of nailing those characters as well, giving them more of an IDW feel. But anyway, I still think these these figures are pretty good. I still prefer the mini-bots over recreations of characters who should have larger figures though. But still, these are pretty good. Anyway, I hope you have enjoyed this review, and I will see you next time. So take care, have fun, and so long.